song for that. Yes, it seems after almost 2 years of being cooped up, many Americans are making like the Beach Boys and planning an epic vacation for 2022. A survey from the travel website Expedia finds that 68% of Americans are planning to go big on their next trip. Well, with many searching for destinations like Rome, Bali, London, and Paris. So how could you plan a big trip amid so much chaos and uncertainty surrounding COVID restrictions, flight cancellations, and more? Our travel guru, Peter Greenberg, is here to break it all down. Peter, is this really a good time to take a major trip?
It actually is. Airfares are at historic lows. They're never going to get any lower than they are now, number one. And all the indicators are that about 3.4 billion people are going to travel this year, more than 1 billion crossing an international border. Not at the top of the 2019 levels, but getting pretty close to it.
And you think travel insurance makes sense?
Oh, you have to have it, but here's the problem.
You have to have it?
You have to have it. But here is what kind of insurance do you get? Because during the pandemic, it was the #2 largest level of complaints because most people watching the show book their trips online. And you can't complete the transaction unless you either opt in or opt out of the insurance. You don't know what you're covered for, and worse, you don't know what you're not covered for. And so many people discovered that on page 95 of that website, which you never got to, there was that clause that said, oh, by the way, we don't cover for pandemic. They essentially bought worthless insurance.
But Peter, most trips don't get canceled. So why would you recommend that people bet on the bad thing happening?
People themselves cancel the trips because of COVID. So if the airline cancels the trip, you're covered by the U.S. Department of Transportation saying you'll get a refund. But if you cancel the trip, you're out of luck.
Yeah, that's I hadn't thought of it that way. What happens if you make the trip, you're out of the country, you know, now you have to test negative to come back in, you test positive and you're out of the country, what do you do?
Well, that's the interesting thing. Now there's some insurance policies that are changing their deal because they had to pivot. The market demanded it. So there are two companies, Alliance or Allianz has one. Kovac is a new company that really will take you, if you're testing positive, they'll cover you and they'll fly you home.
They'll cover you to do what?
They'll pay for your expenses while you're being quarantined, and they'll get you home. So, of course, you got to read the fine print because there are exclusions for age. Certain countries are not going to cover you for that vacation in Syria, right? But the point is, all seriousness, they will have a different policy language now, which is desperately needed.
Any particular places you have in mind and maybe an idea of how much it could cost?
Well, right now, the Caribbean is way out of control. I mean, everybody had the money, bashed in there. They're now going down there, and they're getting $1,000, $2,000 a night. That is not exactly where you want to go.
Right.
Here's the deal. There are 196 countries in the world. About 180 of them you can go to now. Pick a place where none of your friends want to go.
My mom had a great trip to Mexico.
Where does she want to go?
She went to Mexico, about a week ago. She loved it.
And that was the #1 destination during the pandemic.
But what countries are getting it right when it comes to handling COVID, to keep you safe?
Well, the first thing is their vaccination levels have to be high. So take a look at Ireland. Most of that country is vaccinated now. As of yesterday, they relaxed all the testing restrictions. Anybody can go.
Because their vaccination is so high.
Right.
What is trip stacking?
That's what people are doing to protect themselves. They're making multiple reservations on multiple destinations, knowing that the airlines got rid of those draconian ticket cancellation fees. So you can do that and knowing you're not going to lose your money. If one trip cancels or you cancel it, you get to the other one. So
trip stacking doesn't sound bad to me.
Well, I can't imagine the airlines are too excited about that.
Right.
No, but you know what? They canceled the ticket cancellation fees, so you can do that and not lose your money.
So, Peter, where's your next trip? Where are you going?
Newark.
Okay. Not so bad.
Yeah.
Recently named the dirtiest city in America, actually.
Hey, my kind of place.
I love Newark, I do, but that was one of the talk of the table options today.
It's lovely this time of year, Peter.
It is beautiful.
Good to see you in the studio.
Nice to be here.